Lecture B.4. Rules of Precis Writing. In this lecture, we will look in detail at the rules that need to be followed to write an effective Precis. These rules will assist you to write a Precis that is clear, complete, and concise. Although Precis writing may seem to be an easy or simple task, it involves and tests a candidate's reading, comprehension, and writing skills. Therefore, it is essential to understand the rules of Precis writing and polishing of the aforementioned skills through practicing Precis writing of passages with diverse and complicated subjects and themes. The first and foremost rule for Precis writing is to read the entire given passage thoroughly. This is important to understand the essence and theme of the passage. It gives a general overview about the ideas and points author has conveyed through the passage. If you are not able to understand the passage after reading it once, you should read it again as long as the message and theme is clear in your mind. It is strongly advised not to proceed to writing Precis draft without properly understanding the theme of the passage. Or else you may end up writing Precis lacking important points and deviating from the crux that the author actually intended. Here, you need to polish your reading skills so you can take minimum attempts to read and fully understand the passage. Reading the passage more than once will obviously take your time, which is crucial in competitive exams, and you would not risk to waste it. Hence, you may require in-depth reading of passage, which includes highlighting keywords and sentences, comprehending ideas, and analyzing the theme being discussed in the passage. Your Precis should be written in a single paragraph. Even if the given passage consists of multiple paragraphs, your Precis will be written in a single paragraph. However, make sure that the Precis is written in sequential manner, meaning by that the first paragraph is written first, second after it, and so on. This is important to keep the flow and essence of the original passage intact. The Precis should be written in third-person speech in singular form. If the passage consists of first-person speech, the Precis should be in third person, whereby you can rewrite author's use of I and my by referring to them as the author's views. Only data related to historical events of the past must be described in the past tense only. You should be using indirect speech in your Precis to convey the essence and ideas of the passage. If the original passage contains quotations, make sure you do not use quotations in your Precis. When you are writing the Precis, you need to write the meaning of the quotation or what the author implies through it. Do not rewrite examples in your final Precis. The examples are given in the passage to explain an idea or point. You only need to write that point in simpler words without rewriting the examples in your final Precis. Do not read the whole passage again while writing the Precis, as this will result in waste of time. You should have read it thoroughly in the beginning to have understanding of the passage. You can only read the sentences in sequential manner for which you are writing the Precis, in this case draft Precis first. Do not add or make up ideas in your Precis that were not mentioned in the original passage. Therefore, you should have careful understanding of the given passage before you start the Precis. No other information apart from the one given in the passage must be included in the Precis, and all the important information mentioned in the passage must certainly be included. You cannot omit ideas on your own to make your Precis concise, as it will lose the essence of the main passage. Do not give your own opinion or criticism over the comprehension. Do not use idioms and figures of speech to imply your own thoughts and ideas. If the passage contains idioms, you should write it in simple and easy words to convey the message of the passage. Make sure that the length of your Precis is appropriate. Do not write a lengthy Precis. In most cases, the number of words must be almost 1/3 of the word count of the passage or comprehension. You should keep track of the word count during drafting of initial draft. You will have to revise and edit the initial draft to contain your word count. This is important to do before you write the final Precis copy. The Precis should be written in your own words. Do not copy exact sentences from the passage, as it destroys the purpose of Precis. Do not use overcomplicated and complex vocabulary to express the ideas of passage. However, remember that you have to use same words for terminologies, names, and jargon of the subject being discussed in the passage, which should not be changed. The Precis should be easy to understand and should convey the entire theme and idea of the passage in simpler words. Cover all the essential points in the main passage. While reading the passage, make a note of the important points by underlining the keywords and important sentences and points. This way you can ensure that no point is skipped when you drafting the initial draft of the Precis. Your Précis must be coherent. This means that the ideas given in the main passage or its paragraphs should be written in simple and logical manner where the flow of the ideas should make the meaning easy to understand and comprehend for the reader. This is important because your Précis will be written in single paragraph and you should be able to merge different paragraphs of the main passage in a coherent manner. The continuity and coherence of thoughts should be maintained in the final Précis. This can be achieved by using structural vocabulary such as agreement words, for example, and, furthermore, but, however, while to link similar and diverging ideas of the main passage. You have to write an appropriate title for your Précis. This is essential even if the examiner does not ask you to do specifically in the exam. For any type of Précis in any type of exam, make sure you write a suitable title for your Précis. The title should be in sync with the comprehension's main theme and ideas being discussed in it. After you write initial draft, you should edit and modify your Précis. You can make your Précis concise and clear to understand for the reader. Here, you can merge ideas and points to bring clarity and coherence in your Précis. Do not over-explain any single idea at the cost of undermining other ideas of the passage. This needs to be checked during the editing stage. During editing of initial draft, make sure you have achieved desired word limit for your Précis. Your final Précis copy should be neatly written in separate page with a suitable title. Do not make corrections and cuttings in the final copy of the Précis. It should be finalized in the initial drafting stage. Mention number of words in the original passage and those used in the Précis at the end of your Précis.